Okay, Sean. Oh yeah, you murdered it. Like, yeah, and you didn't even like let it go after the first time. You came back a second time. Like, hey, you're like C-3PO. You like came back a second time. Yeah. It's like we're kind of talking about our demon souls that we have branded to our chests now, dude. That's right. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Not that it matters, but Sean, could you do me a favor while you're talking? No. I see the problem.
This and became a barbarian of the brick.
Mm-hmm. That did
Brick
happen.
totem.
The best totem.
Strasza was almost drowned.
No, not almost.
She did drown. She's a ghost now.
That's right.
What is dead may never die.
That's what they say. Except for in Dark Sun, you could still die. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. In Dark Sun,
Can confirm.
there is no coming back.
We'll probably just die more. What is dead will probably die more, as they say.
What is dead will probably die more.
We'll continue to die, actually, for all of it.
Well, she died once, so now you all have to die to catch up.
Perfect. I mean, actually, technically, I think.
Get your shit together, y'all.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm definitely. We're even on that.
That's right.
Yep. Tasik went to the arena and got his ass kicked by a guy with a quarterstaff, and learned Battle Master, I believe, from that. If I read that situation correctly.
You did. It's a pretty tough choice between that and Champ.
It's like, do I want to press buttons or do I just want to hit things? That's pretty much what. Then we had the festival.
Mm-hmm.
Which the name of which I
It's not
can't remember.
Festivus. That's not right.
Last Stone's Day. Anyway,
Also not that.
anybody want to give me a
Talia.
Gesundheit.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
bless you. But really, does anyone?
The Salia, yo, the Festival of the Cooling Sun.
That's
Yeah, Salia.
Man,
Exactly. That's what I thought it was. I was
Milo
just
knows
asking
his
you.
shit.
I like that festival.
Milo takes notes.
I was proud of that.
During I'm doing all this from the top of my head, so
I just want you.
That's what I'm impressed about.
I'm not. That doesn't impress me. That doesn't.
Good shit.
I know less because I'm just lazy. Oh, now I'm impressed.
exactly right.
now I'm impressed. Oh, okay.
To be fair, though, looking at like my little shitty notepad, that's literally the only note I took from the entire last session. Was Thessalia, Festival of the Cooling Sun.
That's why we have
Listen.
such high bonding points, Milo, because you fill
Holy
in the
shit.
blanks that
You're
I don't
lucky.
have.
You're lucky because historically, and Dan can attest to this, at the end of your little summary, I go, okay, what is the name of the festival? The correct answer steals the inspiration from Sean.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why I asked beforehand.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's okay. It won't save you every time.
That's fine.
There will always be something.
I mean, I'm here to draw aggro. It's fine.
Anyway,
It's
continue.
perfect. I'm the party's tank in actuality.
Continue.
That's true.
During the festival, Strassa and or actually Strassa bought pies of a sort for all of us. Some had meat, some had jam,
Yeah.
some were just kind of dough. For the really, really poor.
That pie dough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And-
I'm too lazy to bother with it. Just know I'm disappointed in you.
I didn't even catch it till you pointed it out.
It was subtle.
Anyway,
That's why I'm the GM.
yep. Then Strassa and Milo went dancing in the mud, as the new title proclaims for our game. And me and Tasik went to view a arena fight. And then Lady Nika approached us and gave us a new job and asked who had hired us for the previous jobs, to which I did not answer.
Yes, that's true.
I believe that is pretty much the long and short of it.
Yes. Would anyone else like to add anything?
Milo as a bricklayer's apprentice is like my favorite thing so far in this game.
Yeah.
I bought a basic chain shirt for Tasik on the 30th of Gather.
That's what I was
That's
looking
right.
for.
I remember that.
I was trying
Yeah.
to look at what you got.
That's what I was looking
Like,
for.
I got
Because
it.
that's not
Yeah.
a cheap item.
No, it
And all
wasn't.
sorts of sweet gifts for
Not
for
not
Shrek.
even
Aw.
close to cheap.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
don't lose it.
This is like all your money.
Yeah.
Don't lose this
Sad.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Please,
that's what I
for the
bought
love
with
Okay.
all my coins.
I bought
last time.
myself a blowgun, so it's fine.
Yeah. So, begrudgingly, Sean. It feels good, doesn't it?
It does!
Yeah, I know it
feels
does.
real good. You missed me, almost dumped my whole keyboard because my headset is plugged into it.
Oh, well
I
done.
pulled back and it was like, oh shit!
Nice.
Good job. So yeah. So you get. All right. Well, you can't hear me now. You're a bastard. You get nothing. All right.
It's been revoked.
No, you get a point of inspiration, John. Just a reminder to everybody: use your inspiration while you got them, because they go away.
Mm-hmm.
I literally always forget.
That's right.
I thought it was just the like bonding point inspiration that goes away.
They all go away.
They all go away. Also, speaking of that, that's the other thing that happened is Strassa and Milo,
That's right.
level 5 bonded,
Yeah.
gold bonded.
So
Yeah, what is our power? Was that decided?
I have decided, and I think it's agreed upon that it would be useful, is that you guys have bonded so much, you've developed a sort of psionic kind of level bond, that your minds are sort of connected in a capacity. And so, without any components, you may cast message to each other.
That's cool.
But only to each other.
That's still cool.
I agree. You should bond with people.
Oh,
I'm gonna Google what that
I'm
does.
working on it. I'm like evenly tied with Milo and Strassa.
who do I like most?
No,
Like a-
Strassa's one above Milo.
It's kind of like a telepathic message, basically, that you can
That-
send from.
Find that chain shirt. Took it to the next level.
Yeah.
I gotta get you like a really nice hat or something.
I'm assuming it's a it's a cantrip. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck message. I have to look it up too. That sounds dope.
It's what you had to drop off at the mailbox.
That's right.
Here, I will. I wonder if I can do
I
this.
found it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to paste it in chat?
I mean,
There, you can do that. Like we have the SRD or something in there, right? Like I never use
Yeah.
it. We have that compendium.
yeah.
What?
I'm just too stupid
You
to
see
use it.
the
Boom.
you see the eye,
Behold the power.
like in the upper right hand corner.
Listen, I've done it. Just go. No, don't listen to him. Click on your journal thing. You've got a thingy. It says message.
I got it.
Fancy.
I did the thing.
Oh, cool. Point.
I did the thing.
You don't have to point, actually.
Yeah, I
Oh.
did.
Because you
Oh,
guys don't
can
have
I?
any verbal. I mean, you can.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay,
Milo
we still
thinks he
can.
does.
I do finger guns.
Milo definitely thinks that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta go like this to make it work. Woo!
And that's actually what the message is too. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, I get like really focused.
Yeah.
And that's all that comes through. Just,
it's like static.
Yeah, and like Fallier leans over. Russell, what's he saying? Exactly. So yeah, so lots of comedy to be had. So, I'm going to say, unless you guys want to do anything particular, that some time elapses and you guys enjoy the festival. No night is quite as exuberant as the first night, but after 5 days, Desalia comes to a close, and people kind of go back to their labors, and sort of planting season begins. And we enter into the first day of Breeze. By the way, don't forget to keep track of when your birthdays are, so we can have happy birthdays.
Everyone goes to their character sheet to check their birthday.
See if they
Oh,
even
shit.
wrote it down. That's the key.
That's
Tassic's
Oh, God.
pass.
I guarantee you, I didn't.
Tassik's
I
pass.
think I did.
Well, you're a year older,
Yeah,
Tassic.
Yeah, I started Tassic on like the what was it, the 13th of rest, and mine was on the 11th.
Yeah, y'all were off fucking adventuring and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, all I have is born in the month of Mist, so I'm just gonna assign the 7th.
Yeah, I only have the month too.
Yeah,
You
so
can
I'm just
roll
gonna
a
assign
you can
the
roll
7th.
you can roll a d30 if you'd like to have it.
Nah,
randomly
I'm gonna
selected.
assign the 7th because I like the number 7.
What day of the week is it right now?
I will tell you. It's Troll.
First of
Cool.
Breeze, you said?
It's the first of Breeze.
I'm gonna start keeping track of that.
I remember that my sign is Fiddle the Beetle, but I can't remember what.
You remember nothing else about it.
No.
My star sign is Pyrus the Wheel.
I got Kank the Crawler.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Portal the spider.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean-
Mr. Spider.
I mean, well, you do all have psionic abilities from those, so that's
Yeah.
at
Mine
least
are illusion.
something.
Wait,
I
I
actually
do?
get to use mine a lot.
What?
You
Yeah,
all have
known
psionic
direction.
abilities.
Oh.
Yeah, you have resistance.
Like a Master
remember?
Scout.
Remember? Yeah, you have
Oh,
resistance.
Is that what that's from? I can't remember what that was from.
Yeah, you can do your reaction resist to just.
You don't even use it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know,
like this.
but I forget it exists.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well, it wasn't that long
My
ago that it got to be
this
reaction.
time.
Yeah, I let it be a
you go.
reaction. I buffed it
Yeah.
only recently.
Yeah, yeah, because spending an action to do it is like.
No one,
Yeah.
you'll never do that, right?
Yeah. There's too many better things.
Unless you're a cleric that for some reason your
running
deity's
away.
like you can never hit anything. That's
Right.
the only time casting resistance is viable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. So, we moved over to the first of Breeze, a very exciting day. As you guys are hanging out in Altruck. So what are you guys doing on the first day after the festival is over?
I'm trying to go shopping.
Yeah.
Recovering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go to Chitinier's armory and see if I can pick up a shield.
Okay. Sure. What's everybody else doing?
I already picked up my blowgun. I need to get the custom work done on it. I don't know how you want to go about doing that because I don't know my contact's information, but Valdir does.
Yeah. Milo, what you doing?
I'll go with Tassic to the Chitineurs because not to get armor, but just to like find out what a Chitineer is.
Yeah.
Are you not allowed to wear armor?
I'm also
mean,
tagging along
can.
to the armor, and I am still listening. I'm just trying to find my pain meds.
Okay.
Nice.
Ah.
I can.
I was trying to think of a
This
clever way to
game.
go
Another
about
one.
it, but you win. Play.
I'm a simple creature. Well, that was a common joke in the Stars Outnumber game because Dan's character Victor was addicted to pain meds.
Yep. Yeah. He relied on them.
I love comically whenever you thought one of the NPCs that y'all befriended was stealing your pain meds, and you were like, "Listen, it doesn't mask the pain, but seriously, it's mine. Don't touch it."
Yeah, there's like these like.
There was like a don't do drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, look, it doesn't help.
Powerful message. These games.
Yeah, that was yeah. And then the next episode, he committed euthanasia. So it was a lot of fun.
Good stuff.
It's okay. It was only to a party member. So
Yeah, it was only to a PC, so it was
I've
okay.
heard this story many times.
it's a great story.
From several different people.
I know, and it's always great every time.
Yeah, so I'm allowed to wear armor, but like, I don't even need it.
Yeah, he's a barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if no one else has anything particularly pressing that they would like to do, you go ahead and head on over to to get yourself a nice shield. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the information real quick here so that everything can chill out. Alright, so and you're going to where exactly, you said?
Chitinier's Armory, because I think that would be the best place to find an upgraded shield.
Absolutely. Let me. So, you make your way there, and you know it's a pretty nice shop, right? And as you guys have stayed here for some time, it's said to have the best armor in town, right? On the roof of the shop, you have this like exoskeleton of this like young Kank, right? About half the size of like a full-grown one, like the ones that you guys see at the stables, not far from where you guys like to hang out. As you enter in, the shop is very sort of clean, right? The floors themselves are actually like a stone, that of which are well maintained. You can see that the armor is separated into these various locations, and they're not only separated by type, right? They're also separated by they're also color coordinated capacities, right? And they have these dark, rich, like reds and greens and stuff from the chitin of various bugs and stuff that they come from. And as you guys walk in, you see a young woman. No, well, I mean, wait, is she young? No, she's in her late 20s. So you see this woman approach you. She's slender. And she's currently dressed in sort of like these like light purples, with like a black sash and such. She has these sort of gray eyes, and light brown hair that she has cut into like a bun. She keeps in the back, and she has a tattoo of a star, between her eyes, right? And as you approach, you can see that she's clearly elven. And she smiles and she says, specifically towards Tasik, she says, "Welcome back, traveler." She says, "I do hope that our armor treated you well, and it is always."
Sorry, that was. Oh, I thought that was a cue for me to talk. Sorry.
It was always a pleasure to see someone return from the wastes. And you, my Sir Wu, it is a pleasure to meet you as well. She gives a sort of soft smile. She says, "So how can I help you gentlemen today?"
Tasik looks around the shop before addressing her, just kind of like taking a quick look over, and he says, I lost the chain shirt, unfortunately. We ran into some misfortune on the waste and some fuckers robbed us. But, I was wondering, because my friend was kind enough to buy me a chain shirt.
I stand up on my tiptoes behind Milo and wave.
Oh, so you came as well?
Yeah, I said I was tagging along, sorry.
Yep.
I didn't hear you.
That's
I'm
right.
sorry.
You're good.
And then Tasik cuts himself and says, "Oh, sorry, these are my friends. This is Strassa and this is Milo."
She smiles politely and nods.
And then he goes back and he says, "So, I'm looking to see if you have any wares similar to that quality of the chain shirt that you sold me?
She gestures and she says, "Of course, we have only the finest here. You will find no armor of equal quality in all of Alteruk than you will here. We pride ourselves on making sure that our customers are well taken care of and to provide the absolute best for those who are in need of defense."
So do you happen to have any shields you could show me?
Of course. Right this way. And she sort of guides you on over. And she gestures towards this sort of line of shields. It starts on one end, and there's this sort of fine clay shield, that of which is sort of well sculpted. She says, "This is one of our more decorative brands. We can have it painted in a design of your choosing, with certain color tones, if that would be interesting to you." She continues to walk along and gesture towards something that sort of like the rounded portion of like a beetle or something that would be about this big. And she says, "Here you can see we have some fairly fine chitin, out of which is undamaged and polished well. It should hold up under heat and great stress. Though it is still, of course, not our finest quality." And she continues to move forward, and you see this larger one, that of which would cover most of Tasik, right, if you were to hold it. And it's a sort of like 4 segmented sort of portions, that of which exist. It's got these colors that are just this colors of like this deep green, that of which are sort of embedded into it. And you can see it's from the chitin, the shells of several creatures that have sort of been like some sort of heating process. Mute your mic whenever you're digging through your bag, dog.
Sorry, dude. My bad. I thought it was far away enough that it wouldn't be bothering.
It's
I'll
alright.
toss it.
It's and she says, but it's clearly made from several different creatures, and they've been fused together with some sort of heating process. And she says, and here is, of course, our finest quality product, if that would be something that would interest you. And she says,
What are the price ranges?
She nods and she says, of course. And she kind of walks around behind them and sort of checks, and you can see that there's some sort of like etching along like the sort of like the shelf where they're kept, right? That seems to have some sort of indication of precisely how much we're talking about. And let me go ahead and look them up for you. Okay, she says, well, the shield here, and she goes towards the clay one, which is just it's just a normal shield, but it only gives you +1 AC instead of +2.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, this one here will cost you 30 ceramic pieces. She heads over to sort of the medium-ranged chitinous shields. They're at +2 AC. She says, these will cost you around 80. And then she wanders over to the vinyl shield, and she says, now this being of fine quality, it took quite some time and extensive amount of craftsmanship to provide. This one will cost you 600 ceramic pieces.
Talk about sticker shock.
Now this one is a +3 shield, and it also can be used to once per encounter can be used to give a +3 to a dexterity save.
Wow.
Does it come with Bluetooth too? 'Cause that's pretty pricey.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, I liked that price curve. Like, I was like, oh great, so we're gonna be at like 120 for the oh shit.
Yeah, you got the basic, you got the pro, and then enterprise.
That's right.
Seriously. It's like I'm at a dealership for shitty Hondas, and then all of a sudden you pull out a Mustang.
That's right. That's how I do it.
Jeez. Tasik picks his jaw up off the floor and he says, well, I kind of already have a standard shield where your medium price ranges and everything. So that's a really steep curve for that one, so I might have to come back later for it.
She nods.
Unfortunately.
Of course, I understand.
Tasik looks back to everyone and says, do you guys need anything while we're here?
Gonna look around. So it's all like just shit made out of bugs and stuff. Like a couple clay things.
Largely. You do see kind of like there's a sort of display case kind of in the back that of which like is sort of away from the customers but visible, and it does have like some metal daggers.
Damn. Do you make your goods here, or are they brought in by caravan?
She says some of the goods we have made here, although many of which we do have transported from as far-flung places as Tyr or or even Uruk. We are under the watch of the House Stell. They are our sponsors here, and so we have good trading agreements with Uruk, and often can have weapons shipped over if that would be something that might interest you, sir.
I was more wondering, we are Waste Walkers. You may have heard of us, the Sundered Blade. Probably have. We,
She nods.
on occasion, we will go out and sometimes defeat creatures that are armored similarly to what you have here. If we were to bring you the hide of these creatures, could that perhaps offset the price of a shield for my friend?
She nods and she says, if you wish to provide some raw materials that of which we could craft, we certainly would look into it, and would be willing to give you a fair price for any such resources you might bring in.
Very good. Sure, we'll see you again then.
She goes, I certainly hope so. She kind of bows very politely. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Tasik attempts to bow as well, but kind of loses his balance a little bit, not used to doing it. He says, no, I'm good. And he excitedly like walks around the shop a little bit before everyone heads out.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. So, what are you doing while everybody else is shopping, Valdir?
I assume my contact would be at night with this individual.
You could arrange a meeting during the day, possibly.
Yeah, that would be ideal then.
Okay.
While everybody's out doing this.
Sure. So, you end up getting a sort of like through relay and stuff, a message to kind of meet up at a location, right? So, the Blind Core is where you're it's
Classy.
it's as classy of a place as you might suspect it to be.
Top shelf.
When we were looking for first taverns to go to, first places to go to, day one, I intentionally chose not to go to that place, just by the name alone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see it on the map.
Well, it's a fine establishment, by some measures, I would say. And let me go ahead here. So as you kind of make your way towards that that fine establishment, the building has a large sign outside of it that's just an eye, right, with like a ceramic piece nailed to the center of it. As you enter, that there's pretty loud music, and whenever you enter inside, the tables are clay, and you can see that they've been stained with various spills and stuff like that. As you take a couple steps, the hard floor that's it's sort of like the sort of rough, like sort of dirt layer that's underneath much of the sand from outside and stuff, right? But it's kind of sticky as you walk around.
Awesome. Everything I dreamed it would be.
You can see that there's kind of like an area where there's sort of a patch of women sort of sitting around fanning themselves. And you have a strong suspicion, that they're probably employees of some capacity. But you do notice that sort of unlike many of the prostitutes you would meet at your previous establishment, at other establishments, is that none of these seem to bear slave tattoos.
Aggressive.
There's as you kind of look around, you can see that there's a large female half giant working behind the bar. She's covered in various tattoos, and she has this thick brown hair that's braided down in these long dreads. And they go all the way down to like the back of her knees. She's currently wearing like this sort of like beat up like brown leather corset, and she carries how would I say this? Makuhutul? I don't know. She carries a weapon, right, at her waist. You can look it up. And you can see that she's got a large sort of pint herself, and it seems to be drinking while talking to customers. You also notice that she also too, like, even though she is tatted up as well, does not seem to bear any notable slave tattoos. And you were said that, to meet a man here, basically, the man was said to have a green hood, and would address you. He would also have he would come in there, and you were to address him. He would have a green hood and a long pipe that he would be smoking. You were to ask him if the birds were singing today.
Gotcha. Do I see anyone like that at the moment?
Yes, you can see somewhere off sort of in the corner, there's a man who seems to be sort of drinking. He's not far from there, sort of a player, a sort of guy playing a lyre sort of instrument at the time, and music kind of fills the area. This place seems like, it seems nicer than where you guys normally hang. Like,
wow.
There's like
They have more cash.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yes, there's more entertainment.
Are they friends of the people though?
You know what? They probably aren't. Honestly.
They're probably very friendly with the people.
They're well acquainted with many of the people.
There are. I mean, your current establishment does have more whores. Does not have as many whores, but this one has more. Obviously, because they got to keep up their rep, otherwise they'll lose their namesake. It's like it's a copyright thing. It's kind of like if Sony doesn't make a Spider-Man movie every so often, they lose the rights to it, kind of deal.
Yep.
This place is kind of like, this place seems kind of more like a more popular place that, like, where you guys go is where only like kind of the rough crowd goes, whereas this is more sort of like a commoner kind of hangout that you'll find. Fewer people with battle scars and stuff here and such.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to approach the. I'm gonna sit. Like, I assume there's a table. Is this like a booth situation, or is it like a series of tables and a?
There are no booths in Dark Sun. It's a very
Okay.
rough post-apocalypse.
Damn, that is dark.
Exactly. No, he's got some. He's just sitting at a table, kind of in a corner by a player.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess I'll go and I'll just sit at the table with him.
Okay. You can see the man kind of looks up at you with dark eyes, but he doesn't say anything.
The birds singing today.
He nods and he says, I'm your man.
Right then. So I heard you're the person to come to if I'm looking for custom work of a sort for an item.
He nods. And he says, you looking for some modifications?
Yes. I'm looking to make, and I take my blowgun out, and maybe I don't actually do that. That seems kind of threatening.
He like shrugs. He's like, "What is this?"
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a weak ass blowgun.
The greater blowgun.
That's
Not a regular blowgun.
No, he's like, you're basically like, hey, you want to do an illegal deal? And then you like put your AK-47 on the table.
Want to buy a gun? Look at all the guns that I have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I was looking for modifications. Blowgun.
He leans back and you can see the embers of his pipe light and some smoke trails in, and then he huffs the smoke out of his nostrils and he says, anything specific?
I was looking to make it less conspicuous. Something like a cane or something that doesn't look like a weapon.
He tilts his head back and thinks for a moment. If you do a cane, do you intend to apply weight on it?
No, it's not really my style to bludgeon things.
He nods, leans back a bit, and begins to think. Having a couple more puffs of his pipe, and the gentle smoke kind of weaves out. He says, I could do a segmented type. That's something you could carry on your person. It would be less conspicuous than a cane. Though, of course, it would take time to piece it together before using. The cane would be more accessible, but also people would be more wary of such an item.
Yes.
Which would you prefer?
I prefer the cane.
He nods. Any design?
Just a standard commoner's cane for the most part. If at all possible, I'd also like you to carve the word into it.
Go on.
Got the word. Give me a sec. It's in a different language.
Okay. It's an
I
Elven.
know words. Oh, I know how to write and read. Ooh, look at me.
Ugh.
Yeah, well, you can't lay bricks.
Oh, that's
That's
right,
hard.
son.
Yeah, you don't have that kind of training.
I made a fucking kiln.
Yeah.
And do I need to write out for him what it looks like? I guess I should probably ask that,
What's the question?
because he can't read or he can. Do I know if he can read? Like, I guess I
Have
should
that
ask
awkward-
that before I have
that
him
awkward-
put a word into it, shouldn't I?
Can you read?
So do you just say this in Elven?
Yeah.
He says, he kind of tilts his head and he says, I know a bit. Enough to get by in a trade or two. Never learned to write it.
if I give you an example, you'd be able to copy it?
You broke up a lot.
If I give you an example, do you think you'd be able to copy it?
He nods. Let me see the example.
Okay. I pull out a piece of paper from my scribe's kit and I write the name on it.
Okay. He nods. This'll do.
Okay. How much is it going to cost?
He says, what material you want it to be made out of?
I assume it's already made out of wood, right? Or is it a kind of carapace? Because it's not one of those things that you buy by base material, so...
Yeah, it's probably like I mean, I let it be dealer's choice.
Okay. Yeah, wood would be fine.
He nods. He says, alright. Says it's gonna weigh a little more, so that while you're pretending to walk with it, you don't accidentally break it.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
He nods. He says, 80 ceramics.
That seems fair.
He says, leave it tonight. I'll meet you whenever the market's open again.
Alright.
I'll have it for you here in 3 days. If you just want it functional. He says, I'll take 40 pieces now, 40 when you're done.
Alright.
He
I give
nods. He takes your ceramic and he gets up and he says, I'll be out getting materials.
Alright. Thank you.
He looks around and he pulls out a piece and flips it towards you. And he says, I recommend the blonde. And he walks off.
I take that piece and I leave.
No? Okay.
Damn.
Nope.
You're not gonna trust the connoisseur at his word? Alright.
Plot twist: Valdir is actually asexual.
He's actually a cactus.
Yeah, secret cactus.
He's
Bam!
the one staring at Quixote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of
Weird.
those things.
He doesn't seem that thorny
If
to
you
me.
stare at the cactus long enough, eventually it stares back.
That's right. That's correct.
And then insinuates itself as a party member.
Biggest plot twist of them all.
Mm-hmm.
The cactus was one of us the entire time.
That's right.
Valdir is actually Cup. The one we knew as Cup was just a husk he was controlling.
That's correct. This is all an elaborate ruse.
Yeah.
Illuminati
Just-
confirmed.
He's a brain bug.
Yep. That sounds about right. Intellect power. Bam.
Exactly. So, you leave what, believe it or not, is a nicer bar to go, presumably, to...
Way worse bar.
I mean, you guys wanted, you guys went to basically the shittiest bar.
Yeah, we
We
did.
said
yeah, we
second
did.
shittiest, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Well, we missed our mark.
What was...
You're off
was-
by one.
I feel like maybe it might have been the Twisted Knot might have been worse. I don't remember, but
Well, now we gotta go see the Twisted Knot.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that way we can
Yeah.
feel good. I actually want to go to the Twisted Knot so I can feel better about our bar after the
Yeah,
experience.
we made
I
a
just
good
had.
decision today.
Yeah.
We did a good thing.
Is it worse? It might not be. I might have accidentally sent y'all to the worst one, but y'all were new.
That's fine. It's got character.
We didn't know any better.
Well loved.
Now it's the home of the Sundered Blades.
That's right.
Damn right.
No, the Twisted Knot's better.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
We go to a bar and we wreck up the place.
Yeah. Not better now. Not better now.
Oh, y'all are repping now? Y'all got a rep in your bar?
That's right. You've been sundered. Let me-
Jesus Christ. All
We
right.
should do that just so we can say it. I don't care if the team gets
No,
killed.
I'll kill all of you.
It
We'll
would
die before
totally
we
be
get
worth
Worth
it.
it.
Yeah.
Runs us all over.
Exactly. You'll be like, you've been, and then right as that happens, like
Yeah.
50 arrows just into your mouth, and just
Right up in your
A swarm of dune locusts just erupts over the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
A
killing us all.
majestic sand flap flap. Just
Just
Exactly.
slant. Yeah, slant.
That's what happens when they
Pythons
die
all
in mid-flight.
Just
bam
pancakes.
on the ground.
uh-huh.
Yep.
So So anyway, there's a sequence where like you know, we see Milo patting Tasik on the back, and he's like, "Soon you'll afford that shield." You know, and Milo's kind of walking sad. We see you guys walk past Quixote staring at the cactus, kind of situation. Before making it back, I assume you guys are heading back to the bar. Are you guys gonna do anything?
Let's regroup
Think
at the
so.
bar at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna save up for the shield. I was gonna go buy a weapon, but I figured it'd be the same scenario where they're too fucking expensive.
Well, they don't have to be.
Yeah, you can get them real cheap. Trust me.
Yeah, you sure can.
Get him off a corpse.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
how we collect.
That's how I got a bunch of my spears.
That's the advantage of being a waste walker.
Right.
There are no disadvantages, so
Oh,
it's,
Pretty sweet job.
it's all
right.
it's all sunshine and
That's why it's
Except
such a
for the-
booming industry.
Life-threatening thing. No big deal.
it's fine.
High turnover rate.
So you guys make it back to the bar. It's probably around midday, you know, and you guys are are enjoying you know a respite from the sun, as some new shift of guards are coming on in, and sort of some caravan guards and stuff from House Anika have found their way there and are sipping away at a reason or some sort of pint of something, right?
I assume we're all sitting at a table together, or
Yeah. I mean,
No, we're awkwardly standing in the doorway. We
We're
can't
at a-
decide who's going to go through
Perfect.
first.
We're at a
gotcha.
booth.
It's like
no, none of that.
Tasik just
Nope,
climbs
shit.
through everyone's legs. Or crawls through everyone's legs.
Okay, so you guys are all sitting at a table. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Yes. Well, we should seek out another job.
I actually have one for us, depending on how we feel about working for one of the trade houses.
Which trade house?
Anika. She came to me with this job during the arena match that me and Tasik went to during the festival. I'm a little bit wary about taking it because she wanted to know who we were getting work from beforehand. And that seems to mean she is potentially in some sort of competition with whoever Thanik works for.
I
Potentially.
personally am against
Well,
it. I don't want to be in the middle of a trade war.
Well, if she's potentially in contest or whatever with this person, are we not already in the middle of a trade war?
This is
We
true,
don't-
but she
we don't-
doesn't necessarily know that at this point.
We don't either.
Oh, so you didn't tell her?
I didn't
That
tell
we work
her
for
who we were
Thanik?
working. Nope.
Okay,
That's how you get killed.
that's fair. There's a lot of ways to get killed,
Which
though,
way?
honestly.
Not saying it or saying it?
Both ways.
Yes.
Either
Both
way.
ways. You do
Damned
it.
if you
Yes.
do, damned if you don't.
Welcome to Dark Sun. That's
Yeah, pretty much. Everything
Dark
kills
Souls.
you unless you kill it first.
What was the job?
I was escorting a caravan ran by her sister.
Where was
Up
the caravan
by where
from?
we were originally going to go attack those, or retrieve the goods from those silt striders.
Where was the caravan going?
Let me consult the map, because I know if I see the name, I'm going to remember it.
I can tell you where it was going.
yeah.
Good. Please do.
I actually
With my
know.
handy
I
dandy.
can tell you where it was.
That was rhetorical.
Where was it
Let's
going?
go.
Get, what you do is you cast a message to Milo, and then
Yeah.
Milo pretends like he was there, and then
Where? Shrasa, where was it going?
It was going to,
I knew it started with B.
because that's where I was born and I got hyped about it. Does that mean I get inspiration?
Yes.
Hooray!
I lose inspiration.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
lose it. Yeah, take it. From
Tasik looks at the group and he's like, wait, Silt Striders, what are you talking about?
They're lizard folk.
Uh,
Barbarians,
offered-
savages.
We were offered a job
Oh.
before.
They're different
from
from
Lady
lizard
Peak.
folk.
So do we? Is it a bounty on them?
There was
Of
I don't know.
sorts.
lies.
Might still apply. I didn't hammer out the details of the job because I wasn't entirely sure we were willing to take it. So
Right, I remember that.
Well, I don't know if it's a good idea for us to get involved. We are of the people. The people employ us.
Do they though? Do we know that?
I was going to ask Thanek next time we see him. It's around evening, right? Thanek should be here theoretically.
Midday.
Thanek is dead.
Midday. It's lunchtime.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I was going to ask Thanek if I see him
Mhm.
this evening.
NPCs do actually move, guys. Like they don't.
Why?
What?
I'm
we
looking
just have to
for
learn
a
his.
giant orange question mark, and I don't
We just
see
have
it.
to learn his path.
Yeah,
He, like,
you have to learn
goes
the
from-
pathing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tastic goes to the bathroom and says Thanek to the mirror 3 times.
Yeah.
Boom.
There's no mirror.
There are no mirrors in Dark Side. There are no mirrors,
Mirror
and you know what's worse? Toilet paper's always out.
Yep.
It's
It's
horrible.
made
Oh,
of stuff
shit.
you don't want to put there.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
So while you guys are having this conversation, you can hear the sounds of armor, right? Of a group approaching the inn itself. There's sort of a rustling. You can hear like people in the crowd sort of moving away and parting and stuff. And everybody kind of stops talking in the inn for a moment and kind of tilt to try and see what's going on, right? At this point, the doors kind of swing open, right?
I just gently rest a hand on a dagger.
Okay.
I rest a hand on Tastic.
Cannonball!
Just shot.
Fastball special.
Exactly.
Give him the reason.
Yeah. So you guys, the door flings open, and you see a Thri-Kreen striding through, wearing these loose-fitting robes. And everybody kind of
What color
looks
are
at
they?
him as he approaches. He's got the green cape with the black wheel and upon it, and you see him turn his head, and he walks in alone. But you can see at the door there are several guards clad in armor. His sort of multifocal eyes kind of scan the room, and they rest on your table. You can see Cress has both hands under the bar. You can't see them.
Shotgun.
I'm gonna shotgun.
No.
Secretly, yeah.
Dual crossbow.
Yeah, exactly. You can see him, the Cress and the Thri-Kreen make eye contact, and Cress takes his hands and puts them back on the bar. And there's sort of like a nod of understanding, and people kind of watch as the Thri-Kreen walks up to your table, and you hear this sort of chittering coming from its mouth, this sort of weird and basically, indiscernible kind of thing. And it says, "Hello, I am Krikik of Rustum Blondo." But you realize the words are not coming from the mouth of this Thri-Kreen, but are being projected into your minds. Assuming you guys allow it. If you try to resist it, you can.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Tastic doesn't care at this point.
Faldier dives under the table.
And again, like the symbol he has on his back, right, is like
Same symbol that we all have in our notes.
yes.
Rustum bonding.
which is like it's like the Lord's house, right? It's the
Yep.
it's it's the direwolf of Winterfell kind of deal.
Oh.
It's the sigil of the Lord of Alterac.
Gotcha. How may we help you?
Are you the Sundered Blade?
Yes.
Maybe, yep, yes.
Its eyes kind of scan across you. You are waste walkers. And its eyes scan down. And do you still have the heads on your belt, Milo?
They're looking grody. They're looking.
I mean,
grody,
I'm
but
still
they're
wearing my
there.
wings, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not aging well. They're there.
That's that's cool. That'd be cool skulls eventually.
Yeah, eventually,
Eventually,
look, they're in that awkward stage
Yeah.
right now.
Between,
though.
yeah. The smile's a little too wide on them. They're not. Yeah.
It's the fermenting period.
That's right.
They're
We need to find a
ripening.
witch doctor so we can
Yeah.
carry more that way.
Exactly. The creature, this cricket, says, the Lord seeks your services.
And are we going to meet this lord, or is he simply going to act through you as an intermediary?
For now, I speak in his voice.
Very well. What does he wish of us?
He says, okay. I
Got
hate
it.
Every one of you. You all die
I was
except for
just
Milo.
assuming no vowels.
I'm taking notes.
I had it
I'm
right.
trying to
I
remember.
just didn't type it out, but I had it right.
I believe you. It says, to the north, the road to Tyr is often plagued. Historically, there have been Thri-kreen and elves. There have been beastly dogmen. Even half-giants have been known to wander this far. But as of late, the dogmen are a growing problem. We have stories told from the caravans that numerous of their dead have struck upon caravans.
We've encountered such creatures, actually, in our travels.
So you've traveled the road to Tyr.
We've traveled north a ways.
Yeah.
You guys were not on the road to Tyr, just to let you know.
I know,
I was
but we
about
were
to say, I
north,
didn't think
so
we were, but
that's why I didn't say yes.
No, you guys were like on the road towards like Uruk. You guys were on the Great Road, and the Tyrian Road is actually what he's referring to right now.
Right, but didn't we go north for the berries?
Okay, you guys went northeast,
Okay,
and the Tyrian Road is northwest.
okay.
no, we didn't go on the road to.
I mean, you can say whatever you want. I don't care.
We
But-
totally did.
Okay. He says, where were you traveling?
We were going up towards Uruk.
You were upon the Great Road,
Yes.
and these beasts came that far.
Yes, it wasn't even that far outside of the city, to be honest. like a day's travel, I think, right?
Mother of God.
Yeah.
My God.
Hold on, I have to find scary bell doggos in my notes.